Good morning, students. Welcome to the commerce class. Today we will discuss a new chapter, Introduction to Business Organization. You must have heard about BO or business organization or organizations in your while reading, while talking to among yourself. You must have come across this word very often. In commerce, what does it mean? There are basically four types of organizations which conduct their activities as industrial or commercial activities. They may be in the form of sole proprietorship, partnership, joint stock company, or joint Hindu family business. First of all, the meaning of BO or business organization or business enterprise. You mark in your book. What is business organization? A business organization is an organization which is engaged in some industrial or commercial activity. It may be owned and controlled by a single individual, that is called sole proprietorship or sole tradership. Or when you buy goods from the shop, the person who owns the business is called a retailer. He is known as a sole trader or individual business. Or by a group of individuals, it may be two or more people under an agreement called partnership. Or it may be a joint stock company where many people run the business by inviting people to take up shares or debentures who have entered into formal or informal agreement to jointly conduct the business. Now, formal and informal agreement means sole trader does not have to enter into any kind of agreement with anybody because he has to control, run, take decision of the business all by himself. Partnership may be written or oral, but a joint stock company is a legal organization. It has to be a formal agreement. If you are asked define business organization, then second paragraph, fifth line, according to L.H. Haney, business organization is an economic organization. It is harmonious adjustment of specialized parts for accomplished of same common purpose. Now the features you mark in your book, point number 1, 2, 3 and 4. There are 4 given, all 4 will be there, and the lines are, the first one says separate identity. Every business undertaking has a separate identity. They are known by their name or by their person. It has a distinct name and separate existence. Its assets and liabilities are independent of the other undertakings. Its accounts are separate from those of the persons who own it. As we are doing an account, the account of the person and the account of the business are not recorded together. So the owner and the business are two separate entities. Then independent ownership. A business undertaking is owned by one person or many persons who contribute its capital. The owners may be private individuals or the government. Then independent management. The form of management of an undertaking depends on its nature and size and legal requirements. Nature means what kind of business you are running, manufacturing, productive or commercial, and size means whether you are inputting small amount of capital, medium sized capital or huge amount of capital. That's why we name as small scale, medium scale and large scale business. The management of one undertaking does not interfere in the working of other undertakings. The management of each undertaking takes independent decisions. So a sole trader does not interfere into partnership kind of business. Partners do not interfere in the joint stock company kind of business. They have their own independent management to conduct, to run, and they take decisions themselves. They don't interfere into each other's business. Element of risk means losses. Every business undertaking involves risk and losses. Profit is a reward of bearing risk. The risk of an undertaking is borne by its owners through sum of risk may be covered through insurance. Then types of business organizations, only the names and the meaning you should know. Private sector undertakings, public sector undertakings, joint sector undertakings. These are three main. What are private sector undertakings? They are owned, controlled and financed, means capital contributed by private businessmen. There is no government participation or interference. Reliance Industries, Tata Motors, Bharti Enterprise are examples of such enterprises. Then we have public sector undertaking. These undertakings are owned and operated by the central government or by the state government or by both central and state government. What are joint sector undertakings? Joint sector consists of business undertakings wherein the ownership, control and management is shared jointly by the government, the private entrepreneurs and the public at large. Public-private partnership is one of the examples of that. Of course, joint stock company is there. Examples of such are Cochin Refineries and Gujarat State Fertilizer are examples of joint sector undertakings in our country. There are forms of private sector organization which we will be doing in detail later on. Sole proprietorship, joint Hindu family firms, partnership, joint stock company, cooperative society. There are 5 given here. Out of these 5, 4 of them will be doing detail, their meaning, definition, features, merits, demerits, differences. So just now I will take up only joint Hindu family firm, the meaning of that we'll do only here. Rest we'll do in detail later on, chapter wise. So what is a joint Hindu family firm? It is a business owned and controlled by a joint Hindu family which consists of the father and his son, grandson and the great grandson. Maybe one of you or few of you maybe have a business where you, your father, your uncle, your grandfather are all involved in the same kind of business. It is a business coming up from many years, ancestral business. So they are running together. You are maybe staying in a joint family also. It's a joint Hindu family business. So each of them take active part in the management. But the main owner, the person, the Karta Dharta as it is called, is given here. The head of the family called Karta. The person is like your grandfather, maybe the Karta, the main owner of the business who owns the business, manages the business for the benefit of the family as a whole. The liability means the risk and losses of every member of the family except Karta is limited to his share in the family's assets. That is, the Karta has to bear unlimited risk and losses, whereas the other family member has limited risk and shares up to the share they hold in the business. Hindu law has granted independent and corporate existence to the family. So we'll write this definition or meaning of this. Then we have the last topic, choice of the form of business organization. If you want to set up a business or start a business, which business is most appropriate to you, whether sole proprietorship, partnership or joint stock company. The first one we'll take is nature of business. Line number 2, businesses providing direct services such as small retailers, hairdressing salons, tailors, restaurants, etc. Professional services like you are a doctor, maybe lawyer, chartered accountant you may be in future, depend for their success upon personal attention to customers and the personal knowledge or skill of the owners and are therefore generally organized as proprietary concern. Proprietary means you want to be independent, you want to run the business all by yourself and provide services directly to customers without working under somebody. Business activities requiring pool of skills and funds, for example wholesale trade, accounting firms, tax consultant, stock broker are better organized as partnerships. Requiring pooling of skills and fund means that they want to pool and bring together their skills, talents of not one person but more than one person, 2 or more people, and want to contribute capital, money, so that a huge sum of money is collected. We can start a business in the form of partnership. Manufacturing organization of large size are mostly common as set up as private and public companies, because manufacturing organizations require a huge amount of capital, very large sum of money required to put up a manufacturing factories or refineries or oil fields where you require more money. So for that, a private person or usually the government takes up this industries to start the business. Size and area of operation. Large scale enterprises catering to national and international markets can be organized more successfully as private or public companies. Large size enterprises require large financial and managerial resources, while small and medium scale firms are generally set up as partnership and proprietorship. Then fourth we will take amount of capital invested required. Line number 2, enterprises requiring heavy investment, for example iron and steel plants etc., should be organized as a joint stock company, because a joint stock company can raise money by issuing shares and debentures. That means they invite people to invest in their companies, thus they are able to collect or accumulate a huge sum of money. Last sentence, where the funds required initially are small and scope for expansion is not required or desired, proprietorship or partnership is a better choice. Then sixth point, division of surplus. Division of surplus means dividing of profits, excess money than what you've invested. A sole trader receives all the profits of a business because he does not have to share with anybody. The profit earned from the sole proprietorship of business is taken away by the owner all by himself, and desires, but he also bears all the risks and losses. All the liabilities are to be borne by him. Nobody shares the losses with him. If a person is ready to bear unlimited personal liability, unlimited means he can bear as much loss as he can, and desires maximum share of profits, proprietorship and partnership are preferable to company form. Then duration of business. Now next one will take eighth one, government regulation control. Proprietorships and partnerships are subject to little regulation and control by the government, because they can set up their business immediately without the permission of the government. Companies and cooperatives are on the other hand subject to strict restrictions and have to publish their account. That means they have to publish their balance sheet to the people to know their assets and liabilities. It was also easy to maintain secrecy of business in case of proprietorship and partnership, because the proprietor and a partnership firm does not have to publish any books of accounts to the public, so the people do not know what is their state of affairs. That is all for today's children.